Hi guys, today I'm going to talk with you about how to pass Toefl 100 and more out of 120. First, you should come at test office in 30 minutes before the test because you have to be checked by the staff of the office and you should sign up some documents about the rules and be uh, how to be the best on this exam. So you have to bring your ID and show it to the office, to the staff of the office, and they will check everything around you, and then after that you can enter the test room and begin your test, which is consists four different types of questions, just like four sections: reading, listening, speaking, and writing. And I strongly recommend you to be ready for this section. For example, the day before, you should extremely uh, practice this speaking part, 6 question types, and writing 2 essay. So how did I this sections before my test? It was on Saturday, and I want to mention that I work during the opera process of preparation. I worked at my work, and it was really hard at times for me. So it took me 30 days, 1 month to be prepared. What did I do? I found out all the resources in the internet, paper based, and I tried to understand how to use different strategies and pass all the sections on reading, writing, speaking, and listening. And I would like to recommend you to learn by heart all the templates on speaking and writing section. It should be on your in your head, on your mind, and you should wake up at the midnight and or in the middle of the night and say everything you would be asked. For example, one of the speaking question, or you can wake up and write 2 essay for 20 or 30 minutes. And one more, you should be prepared with your time management, work and answer questions on the reading section. You have just 2 minutes for every question and for 2 minutes for reading the text. So for me it was not so hard, but the first text was completely different as I expected. It was about some psychologist problems which kids have from birth to age of 10. It's about playing with their parents and teachers and other people who connect with them. So it was really psychological hard topic. But after that I have at least 3 texts. I had 4 texts during my reading section. I have 3 texts more. One about revolution in Great Britain, in Industrial Revolution, and the second it was about art in France, salons, and how did the salon impact on our art performance and different art styles, different artists in that time. So, and third text or first text was about I could remember it was, yes, it was about it was biodiversity in oceans. So you should read all this biology, art, history of art, then uh, history of economic economics, history in a total of the world, and because I had a listen part, I had text about Middle East and Egypt in before um, before Jesus Christ, yeah. And it was very interesting information about different civilizations, and you have to know the history to have a wonderful and good answers. So in listening part, it was not so hard for me to pass this part of the exam. And the most difficult, I guess, it was when you have this listening part and you have plugins and someone start to speak, to have a speaking part, because some people come in every 10 minutes when you were registered on the test. Every 10 minutes people were coming, and one person maybe start doing their part, speaking and writing area, and you have to pass it after them, so you can hear some interesting details from future part of the exam, but it's not so helpful for you. So you should be prepared for the noise around you, and earplugs doesn't help you. What I would like to recommend you, you should take a break, 10 minutes break, to drink water, to refresh your brain, to move around the office, because it's very important for your brain activity and for your stress. You should be prepared for speaking and writing section, and it was very useful for me when I did some physical exercises during the break, and I came back in 10 minutes. I had an instructions section, and you should be very interested that during instruction session you can write down your piece of paper. You can draw thick squares on it, and during these instructions you can, while you hear some instruction from your instructor center, you can write down all the templates which you have in your mind, in your brain, in your head, about the speaking part of 6 templates, and you can write down very quick. After that, you can write down on another piece of paper two spaces, and one space will be for independent writing, and another space will be for integrated writing. It's really helpful. So when you have time, 20 minutes just for one essay or for second essay, you don't worry about structure, because you already have it in your on your paper. The speaking part, you should be very concentrated, because you should speak to computer and it's not so convenient, and the first time it's not so easy, but you adopt every time for every section. And the last section, which is the sixth section, will be the best as for me for the speaking part. I would recommend, just before the day of this test, you should videotape your video record your speaking using your phone or cell phone, or other devices to be prepared just for this. So as for other preparational think, and what I would especially recommend for you, it's just sleep well, be on time, and do everything the best as you can do. So try to spend time on preparation and don't be stressed. Everything will be okay, alright? And I think you will have the best result for your admission, for your work, and for your wonderful, wonderful dream. So have a nice day, good preparation, and I wish you the best during your test. Bye bye.